Every time he opens his mouth and says something about Marsau, he gonna be talking about.
You never say about you. What you talking about?
Marsau knows about Martell, and Martell ain't gonna like that. About Martell, his family, what's going on, and all this stuff.
LaTisha Scott just shook the entire love and marriage, Huntsville world. What started as a marriage filled with ambition, power, and dreams has now turned into one of the most talked about court battles the show has ever seen. And this time, LaTisha isn't the one playing defense. She's walking out the courtroom with her head high, a powerful smile, and a legal victory that changes everything.
Do you watch your kids sometimes?
No.
Marsau, this is like a non-negotiable right here.
This is not non-negotiable.
Today, right now, this moment, it is. Like this conversation for watching the kids for 2 hours.
Wait. You're trying to say that this right here is non-negotiable?
After years of tension, rumors, and emotional ups and downs, LaTisha Scott has officially destroyed Marsau in court, and the win wasn't small. We're talking full control of properties, business interests, and financial decisions that once defined their partnership. What's wild is that no one saw it coming, not even the fans who've followed every single argument, confession, and emotional breakdown between the two. This win isn't just about money. It's about power, respect, and years of emotional labor that LaTisha finally turned into action. And now, for the first time, she's standing in the spotlight not as Marsau's wife, but as her own woman, her own boss, and her own story.
Yes, what? Does he have a vagina and a mouth? Yes.
We're talking about the character of the person.
Absolutely, yes.
But how did we get here? How did a couple once considered the backbone of love and marriage, Huntsville, end up on opposite sides of a courtroom? Let's take it back, because this didn't happen overnight. From the very beginning, LaTisha and Marsau Scott had all the makings of a power couple. They came into love and marriage, Huntsville, as one of the most successful and grounded pairs on the show. LaTisha was the calm and steady force, educated, business-minded, and deeply family-oriented. Marsau, on the other hand, was the bold visionary with big dreams and even bigger opinions. Together, they built businesses, raised their children, and projected the image of a couple who had it all figured out. LaTisha's background spoke volumes about her drive.
It was kind of embarrassing. I wanted to be very clear about what actually happened during that fight and the events that led up to it. There's a lot that you guys didn't see.
With multiple degrees, including a master's in real estate development, she wasn't just sitting in the background. She was out there creating her own path, running Infinity Properties, and showing that she could be both a dedicated mother and a serious entrepreneur. Viewers loved her balance, the woman who could host family dinners one night and close a real estate deal the next morning. Marsau ran Schultz Industries and Infinity Pools, building luxury projects across Huntsville. When they teamed up to open the Black Cigar Lounge, fans thought it was a symbol of unity, a power move showing how love and business could truly mix.
Some of the things that they was throwing at us, I haven't dealt with it, and I felt like it was a distraction because I really wanted to talk about, some of the things we really did have to overcome within our relationship and our marriage. But infidelity wasn't one of them, So I'm like, it just wasn't my...
But as it turns out, that cigar lounge would become a battleground, the place where dreams, egos, and hidden resentment collided. Over the years, cracks started showing. Marsau's traditional views on marriage began to clash with LaTisha's growing independence. He wanted her to be the classic wife, focusing on home and children, while she wanted to expand, to lead, to earn, to be recognized. Their arguments on camera often revealed the tension that came from a husband who wanted control and a wife who was tired of being underestimated. Still, LaTisha tried to keep her marriage together. She fought through tears, criticism, and the constant gossip surrounding Marsau's alleged behavior outside the marriage. Every season, rumors of infidelity would surface, and every time, LaTisha would try to hold her family together even when the emotional weight became unbearable.
Started having people come to me, it was like, well, we've been offered money to come on the show and said we slept with your husband. I was like, oh my God, like this
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
But behind the scenes, she was changing. The woman who once defended her husband at every reunion was slowly realizing that love isn't supposed to feel like a job you have to keep fixing. It's supposed to feel safe, equal, and respected. And that's when everything started shifting. The turning point came when Marsau's name landed in the headlines not for business success, but for legal trouble. Reports surfaced about speeding violations, missed court appearances, and a growing list of incidents that painted a picture of carelessness. While some fans brushed it off as minor, Leticia saw it as something deeper, a reflection of how far he'd drifted from responsibility. As their personal and professional lives began to blend, things got messy. Money, property, and business decisions were no longer mutual, they were battles. Marsau allegedly began making moves without her input, trying to claim authority over their shared ventures. And when Leticia questioned him, it only led to more arguments, more tension, and more disrespect. What nobody expected was how patient she had been. While fans saw the tears on TV, what they didn't see was the quiet preparation behind the scenes. Leticia was getting her business in order, documenting everything, and surrounding herself with people who knew how to protect her interests. She wasn't just reacting, she was planning. So when things finally hit a breaking point, she didn't explode on social media. She didn't drag him on camera. She went straight to court. The legal showdown between Leticia and Marsau became the talk of Huntsville and soon, the entire reality TV world. According to reports and social media sources close to the couple, Leticia filed a petition seeking control over their jointly owned businesses and assets, citing mismanagement and lack of transparency. For years, she had helped build their empire, but Marsau had allegedly been controlling the finances, claiming authority over everything from the construction projects to their luxury lounge. When the court sessions began, it was clear that this was no ordinary dispute. Witnesses, financial documents, and business filings all came into play. Marsau reportedly tried to argue that the properties and investments were his creation, that Leticia's involvement was supportive but not foundational. But that's where things flipped. Leticia's legal team came prepared. They presented receipts, records showing her name tied to business licenses, investment agreements, and tax filings. Every document became a brick in the wall she was building against Marsau's narrative. It wasn't just about who worked harder, it was about who had been telling the truth. And when the judge's decision came down, the courtroom went silent. LaTisha Scott was granted significant control over the assets she once shared with Marsau, including a majority stake in their real estate ventures and joint businesses. In simple terms, she won. And it wasn't just a victory on paper, it was a statement. The woman who had once been told to stay in her lane now owned the entire road. When the news hit social media, the reactions were immediate and explosive. Fans flooded Twitter and Instagram with posts celebrating Leticia's win. One user wrote, "She carried him for years. Now she's carrying herself to the top." Another said, "Marsau underestimated her. He thought she'd never fight back, but look who's laughing now." Even some of her critics, the ones who used to call her naive or too forgiving, had to give her credit. They saw a woman who had finally drawn the line. On the other side, Marsau kept quiet. His silence only fueled more speculation. Some insiders claimed he was blindsided by how strong Leticia's case was. Others said he never believed she'd actually go through with it, that he thought she'd always stand by him, no matter how bad things got. But Leticia had changed. This wasn't the same woman from season 1 who cried in silence while defending her husband's name. This was a woman who had found her power, her confidence, and her peace, even if it meant walking away from the man she once loved more than anything. Emotionally, this battle took everything out of her. Behind that strong courtroom face was a woman who had spent years trying to save something that wasn't being saved in return. Sources close to her said that she had quietly separated her finances and started preparing herself mentally months before the case even went public. Her family, especially her kids, became her biggest motivation. She didn't want them growing up thinking love means losing yourself. She wanted them to see strength, grace, and self-respect. That's why, despite the pain, she showed up to every court date composed and focused. For Marsau, the loss wasn't just financial, it was personal. The man who once saw himself as the head of both the home and the business now had to face a reality where his wife had outsmarted him in both arenas. People close to him said he's been struggling to accept the outcome. But Leticia isn't celebrating in arrogance. She's moving in silence, focusing on expanding her company, mentoring young businesswomen, and proving that she was never just the wife of Marsau Scott. She was the foundation all along. This courtroom victory sent ripples through the Love and Marriage, Huntsville cast. Cast members reportedly reacted with mixed feelings. Some praised LaTisha privately, saying she deserved to win after years of holding things together. Others whispered about how this might affect the show's dynamic, especially with filming around the corner. Fans are already speculating, will this divorce and legal drama become a major storyline next season? Will Marsau even return to the show? And if he does, how will he face the cameras knowing the world just watched him lose everything he tried to control? Social media has been on fire with theories. Some think this could be the beginning of LaTisha's solo era, that she might start a spin-off or even her own real estate show. Others believe Marsau will try to rebuild and win her back, but many fans say it's too late. The trust is gone. LaTisha's win isn't just legal, it's symbolic. It represents every woman who has been told to be patient, to wait her turn, or to let the man lead. For years, she stayed loyal, even when loyalty came with tears. But when enough was enough, she didn't crumble, she evolved. This is what growth looks like. It's not about revenge. It's about reclaiming what's yours and protecting what you've built. And even though it took years of heartache, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion, LaTisha finally did what so many thought she never would. She stood up for herself, and she won. As one fan perfectly tweeted, LaTisha didn't destroy her marriage. She destroyed her limits. Now the world is watching her next move. She's no longer just part of a couple, she's the story herself. And while Marsau tries to figure out what comes next, LaTisha Scott is already one step ahead, rebuilding her empire, rewriting her narrative, and showing every woman watching that silence doesn't mean weakness. Sometimes, it means you're just getting ready to win. Because in the end, LaTisha didn't just win in court. She won her freedom, her power, and her peace. And that's a victory money can't buy.